Welcome. Hopefully everything's working okay. This is Fantasy Blitz. No BS, just Blitz. Oh shit. We don't have Nick with us right now. He's kind of stepping aside and letting our boy Eli come in and talk through some of the stuff this week. It could be a fun one.
Oh yeah.
Because now we got the young guns. Young guns do it. Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
I'm Eli, researcher Eli. I do a lot of the betting and a lot of just in detail about starts and sits, but yeah, researcher Eli.
Yeah, he's been great. He's kind of the guy we lean on to get us a lot of the betting data and a lot of the just like general trade data and stuff like that. Super helpful. But let's just jump into it. We got a lot to talk about today. It's a busy week. Football's in full swing. I'm so ready.
Yeah, man, week 4. We're starting to really get into going and like seeing who's legit and who's not legit.
We're already getting questions there. Every week is 1 week closer to Cooper Kupp coming back.
I know.
And that's all that matters.
We're so close. We're so close. And I need it.
Before we jump in, we'll answer some questions in the comments here. We got Flex, PPR, Amari, or Christian Watson. That's tough. Let me look at the matchup for this. Because Christian Watson has a mediocre matchup.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper's against the Ravens. I
don't know.
Really
Pittman did really well last week against the Ravens, but
he did. I think I would roll out Amari. I would give Christian Watson 1 week to kind of work into things. You could get burned and he could go crazy for his usual Christian Watson stuff. But I don't know. I'd go Amari.
I agree.
Should I trade Garrett Wilson for Alexander Madison and Jordan Addison? Ooh. So this is an interesting one, and I'll get your take on this in a minute. The thing with Garrett Wilson is I don't think the Jets ride out Zach Wilson much longer.
No.
I think they have to trade for somebody. Deadline's going to come up. They'll have to do something, which is going to, whoever comes in is going to be great for Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's historically bad, like actually numbers-wise historically bad. So I think I would hang on to Garrett Wilson for now. Also considering Alexander Madison has kind of been a non-factor, and now it's a little bit more of a non-factor with Cam Akers there. We'll see how that plays out. And then Jordan Addison is really good. However, he's the number 2. Garrett Wilson's the number 1 on his team. I would just roll with Garrett Wilson for a little bit, unless you're really hurting at running back. He says trade that all day.
Yep.
Should I trade Brian Robinson for Miles Sanders? What do you think about that one?
Trade him. You receive Miles Sanders? I'd say so.
Yep.
Just because Brian Robinson's got he's had 2-3 good games, I'd say, but Miles Sanders has more consistency. And they're definitely going to use him more.
And opportunity, I think, is
absolutely.
the big thing for Miles Sanders. I mean, he had 9 targets last week.
Yeah, as a running back. That's insane. I don't know if it's because the Panthers are bad or not, but
I mean, maybe, but Panthers were playing from behind, and he was still getting his work in targets and stuff. Granted, it was less than when Bryce Young was there. It was Andy Dalton game.
Yeah.
When Bryce Young was there, he gets more work. So hopefully Bryce Young comes back and Miles Sanders goes. But if you can get Miles Sanders for Brian Robinson, I would smash that
all day. Don't even think twice. Just go.
Start Joe Mixon or Kyron Williams. That's tough because the Bengals are playing, where are they? They're playing the Titans, and the Titans have the best run defense in the league.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of leaning Kyron Williams. I know Joe Mixon probably gets the work.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to see.
What's that Rams matchup look like? Who are they playing?
The Rams are playing Colts, which is a decent matchup.
Yeah, I'd go Williams.
I think I would roll out Kyron
Williams.
He's one of the only guys in the league that has 100% of the backfield carries. I think he still does.
Yeah, no, he's definitely being worked a bunch over there, a bunch.
Yeah.
Not surprisingly amount, but I did not go into the season thinking he'd be looking like this.
He's overall RB 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's insane the numbers he's putting up.
It's awesome,
especially on that style of offense they have.
For real. And then once Cooper Kupp comes back, they'll be a better team overall in general. So he'll get more goal line touches and stuff. I would roll out Kyron Williams.
Yeah.
I like him long term too. Okay, last one before we go. Got a trade offer. I'm thinking about doing a trade for Amari and Connor for Jacobs. Lots of depth at running back and
receiver depth.
Okay.
That's tough. I love me a good 2-for-1 trade deal.
Me too.
But
Amari Cooper and James Conner. James Conner's been good.
Yeah.
He's top 10
He
right
has
now.
been good.
And Josh Jacobs has been bad. I do think Josh Jacobs turns it around. I think the Raiders have to figure it out. But I think I would take that.
I would take it too, just because Jacobs is most besides Adams, but he's most talented, most productive player on that team.
For sure, and you're getting Amari Cooper out of it, who's a wide receiver 1.
I do.
It's not great, but I think I'd take it. The 2-for-1's nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the week. We got, like I was saying, we got too much to talk about. Whoa! I do this every time. Come back,
baby. Come back.
Yeah. Oh my, I've messed it.
There we go. Come on.
All right, starting out, my Packers. You see I'm repping the Christian Watson jersey
Beautiful.
today.
Beautiful.
Let's go. We're going to have Detroit at Green Bay, so another Green Bay home game. Sweet. And this is going to be potentially a hot one, I think.
Think so?
So we'll get Amon-Ra St. Brown. Of course, you're starting him. And hold on, I say this every single week with our start and sits videos. I hope some of you guys remember this. Start your studs.
I was just about to go in, yep.
I don't care about matchups. If you got the stud guys that are performing like crazy right now, start them.
Yep.
So, that being said, you're starting Amon-Ra St. Brown because he's a stud. No question. He might have Jair Alexander on him. Maybe. But you're starting Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No, go ahead.
David Montgomery officially healthy and will be playing tonight. That's exciting. Hopefully, they're saying he's going to get his old workload, his full workload.
Maybe so. I don't know. I've seen several times where they've had players say they're good to go, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that he's fully healthy. I have to start him tonight because it's either him or Robert Woods. Oof. And yeah, so we'll go Montgomery.
That's tough.
But I mean, I think it's smoke and mirrors more so because they have Gibbs right here. So I think it doesn't really matter too much.
And we actually have them listed both as starts because Green Bay has a really bad run defense. Those are both really talented running backs.
Yep.
So they could theoretically both be really good players this week. They could. But it could also be the old bait and switch where nobody has a good game and they just throw the ball again. Could happen. Be cautious with it. Not something I'm worried about is Sam Laporta.
Easy.
He's looked so good. I'm so happy to see him come from like an 11th, 12th round draft pick in fantasy leagues to now a must-start tight end every week.
Yeah, this is why we love fantasy. Who would have thought Laporta was tight end 3, tight end 4
I know,
the season?
It's crazy, and he's getting like the most receptions out of any tight end over this first 3 games as a rookie or something.
I
like
love
that.
it.
Crazy
They replaced
stats.
Hawkinson really well. I feel like,
Hawkinson
really well.
Yeah. On the Green Bay side of things, Christian Watson is back. Let's go. Jones should be back. I think all signs are pointing to him being back. There was some locker room talk that was like, I think it was an interview with Romeo Dobbs when he was like, yeah, Jones will be back.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, thanks.
Players are talking about that. Should be good.
Yeah, so if Jones plays, you're playing him. That could be a really good spot for him. He looked great week 1. Christian Watson's a stud. He could have a great game. I think they're going to try and work him in a little bit, but still a must start. And I'm actually saying start Jordan Love. It's been kind of back and forth because people are like, Jordan Love, are you really doing that?
Yeah.
Are you really starting Jordan Love? And I think you are.
I think you are as well, just because he's proven himself. First 2 games, I can't remember his stats from last game, but he had 6 touchdowns, I think, his first 2 games.
He's at 8 touchdowns through 3 games.
Yeah, that's insane, I think. And it feels weird starting Jordan Love as QB1 on your team, but it's just one of those things where you have to trust and just go through.
He's been producing weeks 1 and 2. He was like top 3 QB for fantasy.
Crazy.
That's nuts. And then I thought he was going to be really bad last week because he looked bad. And then fourth quarter, he's just like, oh, by the way.
18 points out of nowhere.
Yeah, by the way, I'm still good, and I'm going to throw for a touchdown. I'm going to run for another one. Great, awesome.
Yeah. Do you think it's a LaFleur or a Love thing more so?
I think it's both.
Yeah,
I think
meshes well.
I hate to say this because it feels wrong, but I think Aaron Rodgers was holding the entire team back in a lot of aspects. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback to ever do it. No question about it.
Amen. That's what we think over here.
But I do think that I know for a fact as a Packers fan, he was changing plays at the line all the time.
Yep.
And he would also get in this zone where he's sort of locked in on people, and Love doesn't do that.
Yeah, no.
Love is like, I don't care who I'm throwing it to. If they're open, I'm throwing it.
Yep.
Which is just so refreshing to see as a Packers fan because we've had 20 years, literally 20 years of dudes locking in on their guy. Which, they're Hall of Fame quarterbacks, so I'm not going to complain. But Love is different. He's, and not different in a, he's way better kind of way.
Yeah, no, I get you. It's good change. It's good change, I would say.
Yeah. What we got going on here? Y'all starting Sutton or Pickens this week? Ooh, if you're starting a Bronco, I'm sorry.
I was about to say Sutton, whoever else.
I'm rolling Pickens.
Pickens, easy money.
I don't think Pickens is going to be, some must start this week, but over Sutton, yup.
Yeah, easy money.
Ugh, Broncos.
Not bad.
Moving on. Oh my gosh, I did it again. That's crazy.
You're not used to it on that side. That's
I know. I got to start one fingering it. All right, Atlanta, Jacksonville. This could be another decent game, I think. Really tough matchup for Falcons receivers.
Yeah.
They haven't really been great this year anyways. No. That's what I have down here, sit everyone else. You're not going to really have a question about if you're starting Bijan or not. Yeah. He's a stud. Start your studs. Everybody else, though?
It's a shame because you have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, both former first-round picks.
Yeah.
And you can't even go into a week with full confidence. So especially against a team like the Jags. And I know the Jags have a pretty solid defense in a way.
They do, yeah.
But just the fact that we can't have, because they're not studs. No, they're not studs at all.
They should have been. And
I know.
Like, by all metrics and physicality and everything, it's like, oh, these guys are studs.
It pains me.
It's just not happening.
Nope.
So don't start any of them. I don't think. I think you got to wait a couple of weeks for them to like really prove it.
Yeah.
They're still on their little prove it contracts for fantasy. So
I think Pitts is running out of those contracts.
He's 3 years deep in his prove it contract.
Yeah, it's rough.
Man.
Hey, give him one more week. That's what they keep talking.
I said that when like 2 weeks ago. Like, there's that meme that's like, I'm not asking for a month. I'm not asking for a week. I just need one more day.
Can you give me one more?
It's like, come on. It just doesn't happen.
He didn't do too bad, though, last week. But I mean, for a guy like him, you don't need to be putting up, 7, 8, 9 points a game?
Yeah. Jacksonville side of things. This is a fun one. I really like Jacksonville's offense. They haven't been, like, as on fire as people thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
But you're starting Calvin Ridley. He's had a lot of targets. He had a really slow past couple of weeks, but week 1 was awesome.
Yeah.
You're starting Christian Kirk. He's a little bit more volatile, I think, too.
Yeah.
But still getting targets, still getting touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's still, a flexible player. I mean, not as in, like, he's a flexible guy, but in your flex, he's a good player.
I was about to say, if you're going Christian Kirk wide receiver 2, I really hope you're in a 12-man, 14-man league, because that's a stretch, or you're running back heavy. But Christian Kirk, definitely a flex option I would go for.
Yeah. And then ETN, start your studs. Don't need to tell you about that. If you've got him, you have to play him.
Yep.
And then I'm actually really high on Ingram right now.
Yeah.
He's looked pretty good.
Absolutely.
He's getting a lot of looks. They're scheming things for him, which feels weird for a tight end, but he's athletic, and Ingram's really turned his career around.
Like, he had that last at a little end of the half year last year, and that really helped him, I think, confidence-wise and all that.
He was affected by the Giants' curse for a long time.
Golly. Whew. No, that was...
I don't think there's anybody else you need to be worrying about. I'm not starting Trevor Lawrence this week. Falcons have a great secondary, so there could be a lot of interceptions we're looking at. I'm not rolling him out. I think that's a safe enough play.
Yeah.
And then that's it for both these teams.
Wake up early for that one. That's a 9:30 game.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, great point. That's a 9:30 London game. I think the Falcons have 2 London games.
We do.
Back-to-back.
I think those are our primetime games.
Whew.
Yeah.
9:30 a.m. London game. Kind of fun, but
it's fun, but
here's the thing.
They're fun if you win.
Yeah, I've always been weird about London games because they always play weird. Okay, before we get to the next one, we'll jump into some of these. We do answer questions, just taking a little bit AS. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. Should I trade Fields and Johnston for Anthony Richardson? I'm doing that.
Yeah.
If you can get rid of Fields.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be hard to trade him, but if you can get that, that's not bad.
If you can afford to wait one more week with Fields. And just see what he can do against Denver, because Denver just gave up
70. Yeah. A 70 burger. So what are we doing?
I think if Fields doesn't get it done this week, then that's a smash accept. Yeah. I'm still accepting it right now.
Yeah.
Not super high on Anthony Richardson, but he's a good player.
I was just about to say, I'm a little high on him just because I don't like the inexperience that he has, because it seems like he doesn't care about his head. He just wants to run wherever. But I think he does have potential to go farther.
He looks a lot like Lamar.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
a lot. Yeah.
That's a compliment.
Absolutely.
Okay, is Jacksonville any real threat in this division? I think they are. They just need to figure it out a little bit. Like, let's not panic too much. It's week 4.
I would say so. But who's in that? That division is not looking great. So I would say absolutely. But
they're definitely a threat.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Should I send Hollywood Brown and get Sam Laporta? Who's your other tight end is the first question.
Yeah.
If you're hurting for a tight end, then
do it.
If not, I think Hollywood Brown and Sam Laporta are pretty much even on their stats as far as what kind of points they're going to get you. Hollywood Brown's been really quietly decent.
He has been. I was looking at his numbers the other day, and I was kind of surprised because the Cardinals aren't the greatest, even though they beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Come on, how we doing? But I would say, depending on who your tight end is, then what do they say? Gerald Everett.
The other tight end is Gerald Everett. With Mike Williams out, I don't think I'm running that.
No.
So Gerald Everett could have more fun with Mike Williams being out. He's now target number 2, maybe 3
I'd say so.
For Herbert.
Yeah.
And Herbert, I don't know if you remember, aired it out 50 times last week.
Yeah, he's a quarterback that you need just to be airing it out all the time.
And he does, man. He's good with it. So I'm not going to run that trade yet. I think, if Everett proves that he's not going to be a great start, then maybe re-up that trade. But Trevor Lawrence or Goff, I'm rolling out Goff, I think, this week.
Yeah.
It's tough because Packers great secondary.
Yeah.
I know I'm a little bit of a homer, but
Desmond Ridder didn't do too bad against the Packers.
No,
so I think Goff is
he'll be good enough.
This
should be the Packers-Lions game should be a hot one.
Yeah.
Okay, last one before we get into it. We starting Watson tonight. We'll list other wide receivers below. Amari, Flowers, Godwins, Hopkins need 3. Whew. I think I would roll out I think I'd go Christian Watson, Amari Cooper, and Zay Flowers right now.
That's
it's tough
solid.
between Watson and Godwin, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's not a bad wide receiver
That's
core
not bad at
right
all.
there. You can really not go wrong too much.
You can do some damage.
Hopkins is a little bit boring, but I think I'd roll out Christian Watson tonight just to see. Yeah. He's just so talented.
Also, fun Thursday night game.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch your players.
Okay, Pittsburgh, Houston. Could be a bad game.
Yeah.
But it could be fun. Houston looked really good last week.
Surprisingly, just a little bit. I know they have talent on that team, but I was definitely surprised that they put up that many amount of points and also looked that good as a team overall. But
it's exciting. I mean, I have a lot of stock in Houston players right now, so I like to see it.
I respect it.
But this game could be funky. Pittsburgh's offensive players, oh, man.
I don't even want to. Najee Harris,
where's
if you're listening somehow, please help me. Please help us all. What's going on, man?
Okay, so we'll talk about Tank Dell in a second here.
Okay.
But first, Steelers. The ball is not really going to anybody in particular. No. They're just kind of. I mean, Jalen Warren getting a bunch of touches. Najee's getting a bunch of touches.
Yeah.
Pickens is getting the ball a little bit. The other guys are getting the ball a little bit. Freiermuth, I think, is your safest play this week.
Yeah.
Pickens is
big
probably
question
on there.
mark.
You could maybe throw Pickens on there, but big question mark on Freiermuth because Texans defense has been okay.
Not too bad.
They're fine.
Yeah.
We'll see. Now on to the hot topic for you guys. Houston. Here's the thing with Tank Dell. One game. He had one game where he was really crazy great. Actually, let's pull up these stats real quick and we can take a look at them. We'll do this. Hopefully that works. And then I will look up the stats so we can just have you guys look at that. And I know he's getting targets, but I don't think it's consistent enough for me to be really comfortable starting him.
No. And also, Nico Collins had an iffy game last week, right?
Yeah.
So I think that might be why. He looked pretty good. Yeah, 140.
He has had one good game so far. I mean,
that's at Jackson.
This most recent game was the good one. He's getting decent targets.
Yeah, he is going up though in the stats, but
he is. But I still think that he's not safe enough to start yet. I think Collins is a little bit safer. I know he had a kind of a dud last week, but he's just the clear favorite so far.
Yeah.
Now, Tank Dell could very much take that over. I think there's enough talent with him to do that, but I think right now I'm rolling out.
Yeah, it's not too
rolling
bad.
out Collins. I just let Tank get one or two more games where he's proving that he's that good. But we'll see. Dameon Pierce is tough because he's been really disappointing. However, the Steelers are giving up a decent amount of rushing yards. So
I know it depends. I mean, I know Dameon Pierce is going to pop off eventually.
Someday.
And you talked about, I think last show or maybe one of the previous ones, that line on the Texans, garbage.
Yes.
It's awful.
It's bad.
It stinks because Pierce is a great running back, and it's just unbelievable that they can't get him to really produce like he should.
Yeah. It's really interesting. However, those starters that are on the O-line are coming back, and I think we should get one of them back this week, and then majority of them
starting
back
to
next
roll
week.
in a little bit more.
Then we'll get Pierce going.
All right.
Still not a great matchup either way.
No.
Okay, let's check again what we got going on here. Watson, Godwin, Pickens, or Sutton. I think.
I'd go not Sutton. Get him out.
Yeah,
of the way.
not Sutton. I don't really like Pickens that much. He's going to be okay. I think I'm going to roll out. I think I like Watson, honestly.
I like Watson as well.
I know.
You got it.
I know.
You can't say no when you're wearing that.
He's so talented, man.
Yeah,
He's so
I
talented.
go Watson as well.
All right, Chandler Costantino says, really fading Tank. Yeah, okay, we talked about that.
Yeah.
I know. I'm fading him this week, but I might be wrong. Pick two full PPR, Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, Christian Watson. Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson.
Yeah, that's easy.
I mean, I think those are the most talented guys, proven-wise, so far.
Yeah.
Don't think you can go wrong with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Christian Watson might see his snaps a little bit lower tonight.
Because he's not fully healthy, so.
Right, but he always has the ability to just catch one and then
take off.
75-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all you really need.
Right. This is another fun one. The Rams versus the Colts. Rams have some interesting players on it right now. I know a lot of people are high on Puka Nacua and Kyron Williams. They've been great. I love seeing them play. I think, however, this could be the last week that you get Puka Nacua action.
Bad to say. I mean, it definitely could either stay that way, but I don't see the stats staying the same because Cup could either just take away those numbers and all the balls, but also Nacua could be a distraction.
Yeah.
So he
could. And I saw some stats. I talked about this a little bit. It was either Tuesday or last week. Puka is playing mostly, I believe it's in the slot.
Yeah.
And Cup played mostly out wide.
Yeah.
So they could theoretically both coexist.
It could work.
I mean, that is the dream scenario where they're both feasting.
That's what I'm hoping for.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
We'll see. Kyron Williams, he's just been that. I mean, he's getting so much work, you can't sit him.
Nope.
I'm not going to say he's a stud yet, but he's getting a lot of work.
Yeah.
He's getting a ton. And then for the Colts, Zach Moss also getting a ton of work, looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough-ish matchup, but
Zach Moss is just weird to me because he's
very
always.
weird. It
If you've
doesn't
been,
feel right.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just if you've been a fantasy fan or NFL fan for a while, Zach Moss was always that guy like, my running back's out, and you go to the waiver wire. Oh, Zach Moss is available. Put him on, drop him next week. But now it's like, I can
He's a starter?
Yeah, he's
Like
a starter.
every week?
I can start him, and he actually is going to put up good numbers. So you can go into this week with full confidence. I don't know if he's going to pop off or if he's going to do well amazingly, but I definitely think
startable.
Yeah.
I think right now his floor is like 15 fantasy points or something, which is great.
Yeah, for Zach Moss, it's unbelievable.
I would take that every day.
Easy.
Michael Pittman, he's their main guy. He's getting tons of targets and tons of catches. I think it was somewhere like he's had 8 or more catches every single game this year.
Yeah.
Which is
I
mean, even if he's not getting yards, that's guaranteed 8 points every week.
Yeah, every week. That's not terrible.
I'll take that. If Anthony Richardson plays, we have an asterisk next to his name. If he plays, I think I would start him. He's just kind of the running floor guy now.
Yeah.
So that gives him a lot of upside. He had like 2 rushing touchdowns before he went down.
Yeah.
And now he could be back. Keep an eye on that. It's still early.
Yep.
Today's only Thursday, so a lot more practice
We got time.
to happen. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. I see some questions about Ayuk in here. We'll get to that when we get to the San Francisco game.
Yeah.
Pierce or Ayuk, I'm leaning Ayuk just for the upside.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
if you're in a position where you need, a lot of points, you're playing from behind, you're projected, 45 to 55%. Like if you're on the low side of that, I'd roll out Ayuk. But if you're like, okay, I got like a 10-point favorite here, maybe you roll out Pierce because you don't really need that kind of risk.
Yeah.
And Pierce will get you 5 to 10 points guaranteed.
He has to, just because he's the starting running back. He'll get touches.
Yep.
It won't be too bad.
So we'll see. But Ayuk does have big potential. That's right, Kelly. Okay, Carolina, Minnesota game. I think this could be a sleeper for a fun game.
It really could,
Any game
though.
with Minnesota is.
Yeah, they free my man Kirk Cousins. Just want to put that out there. Golly, what are we doing in Minnesota? It's so sad.
Yeah, I am never going to give them too much leeway just as a Packers fan.
Yeah.
Screw them. Hate you, Minnesota. They have some great players, though. Start your studs. You're starting Jefferson. You're starting Hawkinson. I think you can start Cousins. I mean, he has the most touchdowns in the league right now.
I got a league where I have Fields and Cousins, and it felt wrong last week
just weird
to put Cousins over Fields. But then I saw the points. I was like, I think I made the right decision, and I think that's what I'm going to have to go on through here on out.
It is weird. And last week in my league, we had Baker starting over Joe Burrow. Which turned out okay.
Yes, it worked.
And then
wild.
Kirk Cousins over Justin Fields, which was a smash hit.
That's nuts. Yeah, this season's been weird.
It's weird.
It's a good season, but
I
weird.
think everybody regresses to their means, and we're okay.
Yeah.
And people get to play normal. We saw that with Jamar Chase. Yeah. I think we'll normal out a little bit, but I'm still rolling out Cousins.
All day.
I'm Cousins trained.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit. Oh, also Jordan Addison.
Good flex option, I feel like.
Great flex. Yeah, he's a good flex option. He can get you a 75-yard touchdown.
Yep.
I don't think he's the possession receiver guy. That's Jefferson's role. But he's the deep threat. I like it.
Cousins likes going deep to him.
And they air that thing out. He said the line for me and Stevie's matchup is pretty much a push. Yeah, okay. On the Carolina side of things, Sanders and Thielen.
Crazy. I don't get it.
He's too old to be doing that.
No, I thought he was just going to be the vet wide receiver that tells, the other receivers what's going to be like out there. But he has been getting so many targets, and it's actually insane.
And he's been looking good with it, and he's getting the work. And then Miles Sanders, we talked about coming into before we started the show, really was 9 targets as a running back. That's crazy. He's still getting the handoffs. I mean, he's going up and up for me in my charts right now. Loving it.
Yeah, I'm loving it too. I wasn't a big fan of Sanders, but now that I'm seeing it, I have to be. But same deal with you and the Vikings, Carolina.
Yeah.
Get away.
Okay, for Superflex, Baker, Montgomery, or Michael Thomas, I think if you're in a Superflex league, you kind of have to put a quarterback there.
Yeah.
And Baker's been good enough to where I feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I think he outscores both those guys.
He does. And Superflex positions are so weird to me because, like you said, it almost feels like you have to start a quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Baker's probably the guy to roll out with.
Yeah, I like that.
Not too bad.
All right, next up, It's time.
Oh, gosh.
Before we get into this, we go live at weird times. I've said this every single week. We're not super consistent on the times. I'm sorry. We're trying to get there. So subscribe to us. Turn on the notifications.
Come join the squad, man.
Yeah, please.
Let's do it.
The notifications are the important part because we're not live at the same time every single week. We're always here on Thursdays before the games, but it's kind of a toss-up when we go live.
Yeah.
We're trying to fix it and kind of get it more, but this is like our side hustle. So turn on notifications so you don't miss us. I know we got a lot of people in here right now, which is great. I'm loving all the comments.
Absolutely.
Keep dropping the questions on who we should start. I love answering those. Back to this. Trash game alert.
Oh, boy.
Any guesses on who we've got going this week?
Cover the eyes.
I think it's pretty obvious when we get there.
Oh. I didn't just notice that. It's so bad.
Oh,
it's so
Chicago.
bad.
And this is, I mean, on Denver, after last week,
It's
what are you
insane.
going to do?
Yeah, no.
They get put up 70, and they're supposed to be a good defense.
Yeah.
I know it's the Dolphins, but 70?
I know. I had a friend, I was watching some other games, and I had a friend text me and said, bro, look at the Dolphins. At the time, before I saw it was 49.
Yeah.
I look, it was 70.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was real.
It's like, this should not be happening.
No. In an NFL game, 70 points.
And none of their guys put up any real decent stuff.
No.
Javonte Williams is the main running back, so I think if you have him, it's fine to start him, but I'm not happy about any.
Yeah, say on a deeper league, if you absolutely have to, go for it, but...
Yeah, 16-team league,
I've been one of those.
14 teams, roll them out.
Yeah.
12, 10,
if you're starting a 10-man, your team needs some help. But we can help you over here at Fantasy Blitz.
Yeah, we can definitely help you out. And drop your questions in the chat. We'll answer them. I'm not happy with Sutton. I'm not happy with Jerry Jeudy. I'm not happy with Russell Wilson. I'm not touching any of them this week because this is going to be a stinker.
Yeah.
We talked about Justin Fields a minute ago when we were answering some questions. I think this is the last week that you can start him if he's bad. If he's bad, you can't start him any other week.
I would say if he's even mid, you know, I don't want to say it like that, but like if he does not put up a good game against the Broncos, now they could be fired up and looking to get back in the groove, but I don't see that happening just because how do you allow 70 points and then bounce back? I don't.
Yeah, it's tough, and they haven't looked good all year. So neither of the Bears. I don't like Fields at all this year. He looks so confused.
I bought into it.
I know a lot of people did, and that's okay because last year he was really fun to watch.
Yeah.
But every single year, we get a rushing quarterback that takes the league by storm, and everybody's like, he's going to be unstoppable next year. And then the league's like, wait a minute, we know how to stop him now.
Yep. Lamar's the only one I would say that's kind of gotten past that just a little bit.
But even so, his rushing upside isn't near
it's
what
not
it used
because they've I think the Titans game, the playoffs or whatever, a few years ago, they discovered how to stop him, and then other teams picked up.
And what do we got here? I'm taking the ballsy decision starting Fields over Jackson this week.
Why?
What?
Why? Don't.
Please don't do that.
King Jukes, please don't.
Yeah, don't. I would not do that. I know the Broncos just had 70 put up on them.
No.
Lamar Jackson has infinitely more upside right now than Justin Fields. You know, we could get burned and Fields could run for 150 yards, but I would love to see it happen.
I was about to say I would love to see it too because then the hope isn't over.
Yeah.
But
if you have Lamar Jackson, you're starting Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry.
Tough.
Khalil Herbert is a tough one. You got to be desperate to start him because he's getting such bad work. But the Broncos just allowed like 400 rushing yards or something like insane.
Mostert looked incredible. Yeah. So, I mean, there's potential there. Not high potential, but there is.
Yeah.
If you're desperate.
Yeah, and he says Lamar is playing Cleveland. I know. It's Lamar. Yeah, I would not sit him. Even if Fields was playing like Fields of last year, I still think I'm starting Lamar.
Yeah,
He's just that guy.
Lamar is one of those quarterbacks you would have to...
You'd be hurting.
Yeah, you would have to. I don't understand why you wouldn't start Lamar. But
actually, what you should do with Fields right now, before this weekend, I would kind of look to trade him.
Yeah.
Maybe try and capitalize on those last couple of guys that are Fields truthers. I really don't think he has a great game this weekend, and I don't think he has any more great games in him this year.
Yeah.
I think the Bears would be silly to keep him playing.
I would. Yeah. No. It's. I know it's not sad for you.
Yeah.
But it's just sad overall, I would say.
It is. But also, you know, he's kind of doing it to himself. You know, it's clear that he's not a great quarterback.
No.
He just doesn't have, you can tell when you're watching a player like, oh, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, he's missing wide open players.
Yeah, and just
wide open.
Everybody.
Everyone's open, and he's just, it's the coaching, though. It's the coaching.
Yeah, it's the coaching.
Don't worry about that.
And he's not running like he used to.
No.
So
I don't know what's going on.
Maybe they scheme him some runs this week and he's okay. I don't think it happens. Back to Herbert for a second. Broncos allowed way too many rushing yards, and I think Herbert could be a guy who can get you 50 and a touchdown, maybe. That's why I put if you're desperate. So maybe roll out Herbert. We'll see.
Yeah.
Not exciting, but could be okay. I think Herbert's a guy that is like really good trade collateral. So like if you have a trade you're trying to get going, and the other guy's like, I don't really know. You
need
say,
a little bit more.
If I throw a little Herbert in there?
A little some slight, throw it in there.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'll do it. Okay. What we got here? What's up, guys? Hey, Smokey the Cat. Just traded my Elijah Mitchell for Brees. Oh my God. That's a W.
Yeah. Way to go.
That is a W.
Nice
my
job.
friend. Enjoy that. Elijah Mitchell hasn't done jack this year.
No.
Brees is now becoming healthy, and if they trade for a quarterback, which please I hope they do, Brees could be looking at.
And Cook doesn't seem to be a threat at all on that Jets team.
I mean, Brees is a good player.
Yeah.
That's a huge W for you. All right, we talked about this before. Like and subscribe, please. Turn on notifications so you don't
pay
miss
the
us.
fee, please.
Yes,
it's very
the
nice.
fee. Washington, Philadelphia. Also could be kind of a slow game.
Divisional rivals.
Philadelphia hasn't been quite as good as everyone wanted.
Yeah.
But I still think you're starting everybody in the Eagles.
Yeah, you have to.
Everybody.
You absolutely have to because A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, DeAndre Swift hurts. I would only say Dallas Goedert. I would say because he scares me.
A little bit.
Nick talked about him a while ago. Yeah. He said that don't fall for that trap because you'll have like 2 26-point games or whatever.
Yeah.
But against the Commanders, you can start him with confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I'm rolling out all of them. I think they're hot enough right now to get everybody work. One of them will probably not go as well as everybody else, but
that's just football.
Yeah, you can't.
That's just how it is.
Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for answering. Just subscribe. Awesome.
Come
Smokey
on.
the Cat. Thank you.
You. Appreciate it.
Love it. We're live twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Trying to up that a little bit, but like I was saying before, this is our side hustle, so we'll see.
Come on.
Washington, McLaurin and Robinson. I don't love it.
Yeah, but
it's McLaurin.
It's scary Terry. It's so sad because he's not even. I think he put up 10 points last week.
Something like
that. And he was the
that.
leading receiver around there, and that's not what we're looking for. Sam Howell needs to step up a little bit.
I know. What was his stats last week?
Yeah,
he hasn't been great this year. He had 6 catches for 41 yards.
Yeah.
Yuck. But the week before that, 5 for 54 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So
and that touchdown was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're rolling him out still.
Yeah.
Jahan Dotson's non-existent this year, which makes me really sad. But McLaurin's still number 1 there.
Yeah.
I think Brian Robinson has been good enough to start. I think Brian Robinson is an awesome trade high candidate that we saw, a sell high guy. We talked about that on Tuesday. But yeah, I think that's okay.
Not too bad.
Everybody on Philadelphia, basically nobody on Washington, except for the 2.
Best of luck to whoever.
Yeah, good luck.
Me.
Enjoy it. Okay, Buffalo, Miami, a team that is real hot right now, just put up 70. You can really start anybody. Now, here's the thing, though. Devon Achane.
Yeah, I know. I had that little.
Yes, Devon has requested that people now pronounce his name Achane after having a 200-plus yard game.
Achane.
Take it. I'll call you whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Every week.
Just not bad because he's great.
Yeah, for real. So Devon Achane could be a trap because he's the backup running back. And there is no reason on earth that he should have gotten 200 whatever rushing yards, and there's no reason that he should have gotten 4 touchdowns last week.
No, it makes, and like you said last time too, it happens every year.
Yeah.
There's that one player that pops off.
Yep.
We look at the waiver wire additions, it shoots up like crazy.
Yep.
But be careful.
Yes.
Be careful.
Buffalo is a really good defense, and they will show it.
Oh yeah.
I can see HN getting really nothing this week, and also. Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to be coming back.
Yeah, that's my whole thing about that team. Because they forget that Jeff Wilson Jr. is on that team, and he's not terrible at all.
I mean, we're looking at a 3-headed monster of Mostert, HN, and Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yeah.
With all of them now performing well, that could be bad for everybody.
Not too bad.
We talked about what we got here.
Not bad. Towards the bottom.
Did you fully take the snaps away from Raheem? No. So that's the thing that I was just about to say is. With Raheem and HN doing really well, they could potentially split it.
Yeah.
I still think Raheem gets the majority of the work, but I'm not a huge fan of it this week. I still think, though, 70 points, roll everybody out, and see what happens. Be careful with HN, though. On the Buffalo side of things, obviously you're starting Josh Allen.
Have to.
Obviously you're starting Stephon Diggs. And then James Cook has been good enough to where you keep starting him too.
Yeah.
That's just how it's going to be.
I'm so happy about James Cook.
Yeah, he's panned out.
I was really hoping in the preseason that he would pop off a little bit. In the first game, he looked kind of shaky.
Yeah.
That's Jets, front seven is pretty good.
It is.
So I expected that. But then past 2 games, he's looked pretty decent.
Yeah, he's looked really decent. And they're giving him a lot of work, which
Yeah.
is a lot of fun to see. I think he can be pretty good. This could be a really high-scoring affair. Keep an eye on that one. We talk about that when we get to the betting portion at the very end.
Absolutely.
Okay, Bengals, Titans. We talked about this with Joe Mixon earlier. That's why he's not on here. So Mixon is a sit this week. This could burn you. But I think the Titans have the best run defense in the league. They just do. I think.
I think so.
Mixon, and I could see this being a game where both teams are airing it out.
Yeah.
Mixon, I'm sitting him.
I mean, I understand that for sure because these guys, I think, are going to do well, especially how Jamar did last week, or I guess Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mixon, that Titans defense, they know how to stop the ball. When it comes to run D.
They do, man. But also the thing is, they let up more passing yards than anybody.
I think it's nearly 300. Whew. Yeah, I think the average is about 299. So it's
yuck
right there. And Joe Burrow, this could be his. I want to make an announcement. Relax on Joe Burrow. I think he's going to be fine. He just needs time because he didn't play at all during preseason. No. And then he starts to do not the greatest the first 2 games, first
Same
2
as
3
last
games.
year.
Yeah. And the guy
year.
didn't have a chance to be healthy and play actual football, so give him time. He's one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league.
Fully agree.
Give him time.
Give him time. Higgins and Chase, run them up.
Yep.
Studs. Joey B is definitely fine. You're right, King Jukes. Jukes? Yes, Jukes.
Shout out
Sorry,
King
small
Jukes.
screen. Tennessee side of things. Roll out Henry again. He's been mad disappointing this year.
I know.
But it's Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's weird. If you bench Derrick Henry, you feel like you're making the wrong choice.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's just. But if he does not do great this week, you might want to look to move him.
Maybe a sell high target next week.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know.
Not even a sell high. I mean a sell name value target.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly. Because if you get proposed Derrick Henry 2 years ago, you're freaking out.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god.
But now you're looking to get rid of Derrick Henry because that name can really increase that value.
However, he's Derrick Henry.
Yep.
He could any week here, 203 touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 points last week, and then we can blink, and then he had 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay, that's Derrick
normal.
Henry game.
Yeah, it's Derrick Henry. I think you're starting Hopkins. He's been disappointing too. Ryan Tannehill sucks. I'm sorry.
No.
I think you're rolling out Hopkins for another week. He's their number 1 guy.
Yeah, he has to be, and which is a shame. I was very upset when he went to the Titans because I realized Ryan Tannehill is your quarterback, man. Why are you going over there? You're one of the best receivers of all time. So
and unfortunately, we see this with a lot of stud receivers. I really hope Devontae Adams doesn't have the same fate. They go to crap teams, and that finishes out their career.
Julio Jones.
Yeah, Julio Jones is a perfect example of it.
Wow.
Goes to a bad team, finishes his career. Also with the Titans.
Yeah, they might be the.
They're the career killers.
Yeah, golly.
A.J. Brown, although he was really good on it, he's looked way better on the Eagles now.
Yeah, he came out. He's like, I know what's about to happen here.
I'm gone.
I need to go.
Hopkins, Henry, that's it.
Yeah.
Next up, Raiders, Chargers.
This could be a okay game.
It could
be too bad.
The Chargers are just so much fun to watch.
That's exactly where I'm going because they could run up the score easily.
They really could, and their defense is so bad.
I know.
It's so bad.
That Minnesota game was fun to watch, but if you like defense, you hated it.
Ooh.
Because nothing. Yeah. That one, the last touchdown, the Chargers scored right in the hands.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
And the Keenan Allen pass to Mike Williams. That's crazy.
I know.
I miss you, Mike Williams. Come back, man. Herbert, you're starting Herbert 50 attempts a game.
He's got to be like top 3 QB in the league.
Yeah, he's number
right
2 in most leagues right now.
That's insane.
Keenan Allen.
What happened? I mean, wow. I heard earlier this year Keenan Allen was washed. I don't know what's going on. No.
Keenan Allen, man. No. He's so good. He is so good. Gerald Everett, now that Mike Williams is gone, Gerald Everett could step into the number 2 spot. I am comfortably starting him in most leagues.
Yeah.
I was kind of okay with starting him even when Mike Williams was there.
Just a little bit, just because, Herbert on the team. So
yeah, man.
We definitely
50 pass attempts or whatever, any of those guys are going to have a good week.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm not rolling out Quentin Johnson just yet because he needs to prove a little bit more. I'm not rolling out Joshua Palmer just yet. I want to see more out of that. Yeah. One of those guys could take over the Mike Williams spot.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see.
That's what I was about to say is, terrible losing players to injury. It's never fun, but it does open the door for a lot of players like Palmer and Johnston. So
yeah,
keep an eye out for that.
And then if Eckler's healthy, you're starting Eckler, duh. If he's not healthy, I think it's okay to start Joshua Kelly. Yeah, Joshua Kelly. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
He's not terrible, but it's the Raiders, and they give up a lot of rushing yards, man.
Yeah, Chargers offense, too. Just do it.
Before we jump to the Raiders, real quick question from, I'm not going to try and say that. Wow, that's a name. Do I trade Zay Flowers for Anthony Richardson? My current wide receivers are Pittman, Cooper. Oh, my days.
Wow.
Is it an 8-man league?
Yeah, I was going to say, wow.
My QBs are,
Yeah, do it, because you're losing nothing.
You're losing, I mean, you've got
do it.
the
do it now.
best receiver core I've seen in a long time. Do it. Do it now. For the Raiders, you're starting Josh Jacobs. Again, I'm sorry, you just are. Chargers have the worst defense probably in the league.
I would say so. Probably. I think they're in the 30s, and it's only 32 teams. Yeah. So
one of them.
Yeah, it's
you're
bad.
safe.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs could have fun. He could suck, but it's okay. It's Josh Jacobs. Devontae Adams. I don't need to tell you to do that.
Stud.
He's Devontae
Start
Adams.
your studs.
It does not matter who he plays. He's the best receiver in the league. I'm saying it.
Okay.
Sorry, Justin Jefferson. Devontae Adams has been doing it for longer.
That's fair enough.
Moving on, before that gets hot. Baltimore, Cleveland. Battle of the defenses, potentially.
Love Lamar.
We answered the question about Fields over Lamar last week. I mean, not last week, a couple minutes ago. You're starting Lamar.
You have to.
It's Lamar Jackson. I think you're also starting Mark Andrews. If you're at the tight end position, I mean, you don't really have to question that.
No.
He's just Mark Andrews,
Yeah.
and it's a tight end.
If you're lucky enough to get Kelsey or honestly just Andrews, those two guys, you don't ever have to worry about.
Yeah, or Hawkinson maybe. Hawkinson, like any of them, like I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'm rolling him out every week. I don't care.
Every week.
However, running backs, Justice Hill, Gus Edwards.
Every year, man. The Ravens, every year.
Tough.
Never know.
Really sad. Tough defense to go against if you're a running back. I'm not happy with either of them.
No.
Also, a decently tough defense for wide receivers. They've been pretty good with that. They've been good against tight ends also.
Yeah, they really
has
have
been really quietly like one of the best defenses in the league.
I know. It's weird. I'm waiting for that downfall because it's Cleveland.
Yep.
But, things change.
Right now, they look good.
Yeah.
They look real good. For Cleveland, Amari Cooper. He's going to get his.
Wide receiver 1.
Yeah. Jerome Ford looked pretty good last week. He had a bad matchup last week.
Yeah.
That's a tough team to play, man.
Yeah.
However, he got a touchdown, I believe.
I think he got 2.
Yeah, he got
reception.
He did get 2 touchdowns. A couple of catches, decent rushing yards. I like him.
Yeah, I like him too. I drafted him last in my 12-man league.
Lucky.
I dropped him.
Oh!
Because I didn't know, because I drafted him and I saw someone on the waiver and I was like, psh, I didn't know who I picked up. And I was like, I'll drop this guy. And then Chubb dies. And then I have to go back and I'm like, I'm definitely not going to be able to claim him. So if you have him, go ahead.
There it is again. Tua against the Bills or Fields against the Broncos. Man,
Stevie.
Tua just put up mad numbers.
Stevie.
Week to week, he's number 1 QB in the league right now.
We're here to get you right.
Tua.
Not Fields.
Don't worry about it. Don't overthink that.
No.
Tua.
Don't overthink.
I know Fields has the hype from last year still.
Yeah. I don't either. It took me 2 to 3 weeks to be like, no, I'm done. Yeah. I can't afford this anymore.
I think even if it's prime Justin Fields and prime Tua, I'm going Tua, man.
I'd agree.
I'm going Tua.
Yeah.
Roll him out. Love that. Yeah, King Juke says Tua. Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
Love it. Next up, we got Dallas versus New England.
8 years ago, it's been a good game. Now it's like, what's going on?
I was comfortable with Dallas last week.
I know.
And then...
Yeah. And then you're watching football. One of your friends texts you, hey, check out that Cards game.
Like, what?
You'd have to be a genius to pick the Cardinals to beat the Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb got no work last week. Like, what was his stat line last week?
They just looked sad. Did you see the reactions after, like when the time was clean? Yeah, because you just lost to one of the worst teams in the league.
Man. CeeDee Lamb against the Cardinals, 4 for 53.
For CeeDee Lamb, that's terrible.
CeeDee Lamb.
That's bad.
4 for 53? No thanks, man.
That's really bad.
That being said, different game.
Yeah.
You're rolling them out again. Start your studs. Don't need to tell you. Tony Pollard, start your studs. Don't need to tell you. I think this could be a fun enough game to where you can, if you really are in a pinch, roll out Dak Prescott. It's going to be okay. He's not the best option, but, I mean, it's
What about Ferguson? What do you think about him? Because New England's gotten pretty good against tight ends this year.
I love Ferguson.
Me too.
I really do. He's got the most red zone targets of anybody in the league right now, which is, at least as of last week he did. I think that still stands, which is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a random tight end on the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
They got 4 tight ends or whatever.
Insane.
I still like him a lot. However, New England's pretty good at their pass defense. They've been real good at their pass defense, especially against tight ends. I'm going to let him sit this week until they have an easier matchup.
I like it.
So, for New England, really bad matchup. I'm starting Stevenson. Not super happy about it. But there's nobody else there.
No, and Bill Belichick hates fantasy football.
They do, yeah.
No good running backs besides Stevenson. Wideouts. Well, you got Parker and Juju.
Yeah,
and they're like,
if they're even,
they're solid receivers, but like whenever it seems like players go to the Patriots, they can never put up fantasy numbers. They just put up like 4 catches for 40 yards, and that's not good. But for a team, it kind of helps. So
okay, couple of questions real quick. Why wouldn't I start Romeo Doubs? 2 words: Christian Watson, and actually 4 words: Christian Watson and Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
Romeo Doubs is very talented, and he's looked very good.
He did look
when
good.
They're not playing. I know he had a touchdown or 2 touchdowns week 1, but also those were like his only catches.
Yeah,
I think he had 3 or 4 catches, and 2 of them happened to be touchdowns.
I don't know if he's had a lot of targets or a lot of catches. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's getting okay targets. Jordan Love just spreads the ball around a lot, man. And now Christian Watson's back. Hopefully he gets a lot of targets. Aaron Jones was targeted crazy. I'm fading Romeo Doubs until if he proves that he's a starting receiver with a full lineup, then okay. But I'm fading him for now.
You'd have to be in a pretty deep league, though.
Yeah.
I would say for Doubs.
Yeah, I don't think he's a terrible flex, but
yeah.
I don't really like it. Okay, Dak or Jordan Love, that's a tough one. What do you think about this?
I go Love.
Me too.
I go Love just because he's been doing it better.
Yeah, he's been doing it
weeks.
better. And
but not I mean, I don't think you can go wrong either way, I would say, but I would definitely feel more confident going with Love just because he scores touchdowns.
He does. And divisional matchup tonight.
Yeah.
Against the Lions.
Motion's a little high.
Yeah,
a little chip on your shoulder.
I think he's gonna be slinging that thing tonight.
Yeah, no.
Really excited.
Airing it out all day.
Lots of questions. Okay, Demi V says, would you trade Brian Robinson for JT? I have Jacobs and Henry. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think even though Jonathan,
I don't know if he's gonna play this year.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
I said absolutely thinking about earlier this week when it was a little bit more happy, and then there's some things that come out. It's like, oh, he still hates the Colts, and the Colts still hate him.
Colts organization is weird.
I think you have good enough running backs with Jacobs and Henry, although they've been really sad the first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But I don't think Brian Robinson's going to get you that big of a boost in points over Jacobs and Henry.
Yeah. Don't expect.
I still think I don't know. Yeah. I still think I'd keep Brian Robinson for now.
I would say, don't expect him to do as well as he's been doing.
Yeah.
Because there's no way he can continue that.
Yeah.
And if he does, then great. You got a great player on your team. So nothing wrong there, but
I'd sit on what you got right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Tap In Podcast. What's up, guys? Do you think Elliott will have a good game versus Dallas?
Ooh.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It depends on if they want to play him as much, but
I think
he could.
Here's the issue: is that Cowboys are probably going to get up big. I would imagine they'll be up a couple scores.
Yeah.
And then that means the Patriots are going to be passing more.
Play from behind.
Stevenson's the passing back.
Yeah. Zeke's more of the 1 yard, 2 yard, let's punch it in, or just 3rd and 4, whatever it is. Yeah.
So I don't think Zeke will have a good game this week. No. It's tough. Okay, what else we got? Doubs or Hopkins? I think Hopkins this week.
Yeah.
I'm not super happy about it. I know you're probably not happy about it either.
More potential.
Tyrone's. But I think Hopkins has more potential. Yeah.
Yeah, I would go
number 1
receiver
receiver.
as well.
Okay, should I start Tank Dell or Joshua Palmer in the flex?
That's a good question, I feel like.
That's a very good question.
Yeah, because these are 2 guys that, Palmer, I feel like every year, Palmer is just a guy.
Yeah, he's always like should I start Josh Palmer?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, maybe.
I think I'm slightly leaning Tank Dell.
Me as well.
Because he's on the hot seat. I mean, he's on a hot streak right now.
Yeah. He's trending up for sure.
Yeah.
Palmer has always been that guy that, in the past, like we just said, like has been able to prove himself a little bit.
Not very consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of red zone targets this year, though.
Yeah. I'd go with Tank Dell, though.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay, next up. Arizona, San Francisco. All right.
You want to talk about Ayuk?
As of last week, we'll talk about Ayuk. I know we had some questions about that earlier.
Yeah.
As of last week, I would say, it's a blowout.
Yeah.
Like, no question, San Francisco all the way. I still think San Francisco wins it.
Yeah.
However, Arizona doesn't look that bad.
They don't look terrible.
I know, don't tell anybody I said it, but Arizona doesn't look that bad.
Who would have thunk it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That being said, really tough matchup for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
49ers have an excellent defense. James Conner's been pretty good.
Not too
If
bad.
you got him, I'd feel okay rolling him out.
Yeah.
He's going to get all the work. That's fine. Marquise Brown, maybe, but really bad matchup.
Yeah, it's not looking, because that 49ers defense is disgusting.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've been pretty good the past few years, so they've always been consistent.
Yeah.
But Connor, absolutely, but Hollywood Brown,
Maybe.
maybe.
Maybe. He's been okay.
Sleep on it. You got some nights.
Yes.
Sleep on that.
Yeah, definitely, take a little bit of time, think about it. For the 49ers, don't think about this one.
Nope.
Anybody.
Anyone that has the 49ers or SF next to their name,
Yep.
put him in.
Roll them out.
Get him in there.
Kittle will be good. McCaffrey will be good.
Yeah.
I think Ayuk will be good. Purdy's probably a decent start, too. I'm taking all of it. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's run it.
I like it.
Don't overthink this game too much. I know the Cardinals are looking good right now.
Better
They're really
than-
not looking good. They're just beating teams that they shouldn't beat.
Exactly. And also, the expectations that they had,
Yeah.
and then, they're 1-2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go 1-2 and everyone thought you were going to go 2-15,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
And I know people are going to say the Cardinals should be 2-0. They probably, or not 2-0, 2-1 against the Giants. I think there needs to be an investigation going on.
Yeah.
They threw that game.
They had
I don't
to.
care what anybody says. They did that on purpose.
They had to.
The Giants game where they were up like 28-0 or something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they don't score another point.
At all.
They threw.
Yeah.
They got in the halftime and they got in the locker room and were like, hey,
Yeah.
we need a QB real bad.
Yeah, it was hey, whoa.
Yeah.
Slow it down. Caleb Williams is going to go number 1.
Yeah.
Let's go get that
Throw
guy.
this game. And they threw it. I don't think they do that anymore. I think they
No.
go back to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
San Francisco should roll this one. We'll see, though. Kansas City versus the Jets. Mahomes and Kelsey. If you're having a question, stop playing fantasy football.
Yep.
Pacheco is tough because Jets have an excellent D-line.
Very tough. That's the whole. I would say running backs for the Chiefs overall. Edwards-Helaire.
Honestly, even not against the Jets, that room is kind of messy right now.
It is messy because McKinnon had 2 touchdowns. And I don't think he had any yards for running. And I was playing a guy that had McKinnon, and I was like, easy. Touchdown. I was like, well, okay, cool. That's fine.
Touchdowns.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm not rolling out any of their running backs right now. Just Kelsey and Mahomes. None of the wide receivers, none of those guys look any good.
No.
They really need to prove it. I think if you are in a position where you can maybe, if you're in like a really, really deep league and you got Rashee Rice or maybe Justin Ross or something, it's okay.
Not terrible.
But no thanks.
Yeah, we're talking.
Should be a bad game. Jets defense is real good.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No.
For the Jets, we mentioned Breece Hall earlier. I think you maybe could do that, but here's the issue. Jets are going to be playing from behind the majority of this game, I feel like, which means they're going to need to throw it.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to run it a whole lot. They didn't run it a whole lot last week. Garrett Wilson's the only guy that they can throw it to. So.
Yeah, no. Man, shout out to the Chiefs, though. Back-to-back games, Bears, Jets.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you know what? Shout out to the Cowboys, too.
Yeah.
They have such an easy schedule. It's not even.
I know. But it's so funny to me because I was talking to some guy and said if they go 16-1, it's like, congrats, you still lost to the Cards.
Yeah, you lost to the Cardinals.
There you go.
Anyways, I hate the Cowboys. Moving on. Seattle versus the Giants. Most of the Seattle players, don't worry about their tight ends. You're starting Metcalf. You're going to start Lockett, I think. Not a huge Lockett fan.
Flex guy.
Yeah.
Flex guy all day.
Decent flex guy. I don't really like Lockett too much, but I think you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Geno, he's been good enough. Kenneth Walker looked incredible last week. I think he had like two touchdowns and almost 100 yards.
Yeah.
He looked real good last week.
Hey, K9, that's my dog.
For real.
Come
He's a
on.
dog, man.
Yeah.
Love seeing him play. He's just such a fun running back to watch play. For the Giants, they're going against Seattle, so that means you play their running backs.
Yep.
Saquon looks like he's going to be starting this week. He's practicing a little bit today. If he doesn't start, I think you could get away starting Matt Breida.
Yeah,
which is gross.
I know. I was supposed to say, ugh, but
Yeah.
desperate times.
But Matt Breida had a touchdown last week against a harder run defense.
We'll see.
I don't
Terrible.
hate it. If Saquon's playing, no question, you're playing Saquon.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
You gotta
Nobody else.
start your studs.
Daniel Jones, don't care, don't like him. None of their receivers, don't care. Waller, really don't like Darren Waller.
No.
If you have Darren Waller, I think you do start him because you probably don't have another good tight end.
Yeah, and he leads the team in receptions, targets, and yards, I think.
Yeah.
But
It's bad.
that's bad. That's really bad.
The Giants are in a tough spot, man.
I
Okay.
was not expecting that from them at all.
We got a bunch of talking here. Okay. It's tough because Palmer led the Chargers in receiving yards last year because they had injury issues at wide receiver.
Exactly.
Right. However, Keenan Allen,
Yeah,
Keenan Allen looks good
it's
right
not
now.
slowing down at all.
I think I'd sit Palmer for a little bit just to see who emerges there. Hi guys, this is Base Slayers. I love that name. My team right now. Hi guys, my team right now is RB1 Jacobs, RB2 Madison, wide receiver 1
Justin
Jettas,
Jetta.
wide receiver 2 Waddle, flex Kyron James Cook. That's decent.
That's not
decent
bad.
squad. I also have Ayuk on the bench and Zach Moss. My question is, should I trade Waddle and Kyron for Bijan?
Ooh, who are those other receivers? Let's see.
Ayuk. That's real
That's
tough.
tough. That's a good trade, though, to think about.
It is.
Just because
I feel like it's a fair trade.
Yeah, that's what I say. Very fair, which is fun but not fun because you really have to think about those.
I think
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because Bijan has that upside.
And Waddle's been slightly not great. I know he's been a little injured.
But, I mean, kind of expected.
It
just
would put you in
bit.
I think because you have Justin Jefferson, he can carry the wide receiver position enough for you to where you could put in Ayuk and deal with Ayuk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you can have, who's your RB1? Josh Jacobs. If he comes back and it's Josh Jacobs worthy again, and also Bijan, that's a great score.
Yeah.
Madison's not doing anything for you right now.
No, he had one good game against the bad Chargers defense.
Yep.
Putting it out there. That won't happen again.
Yep. I think I'm hitting it. I think I like that.
I like the trade.
It's tough, and it's a very fair trade, I feel like. Very fair. Okay, best ad, Dylan Spears, Clyde, or Bigsby.
No.
I have a I think we're talking about waiver ads here.
Yeah. No, Tank Bigsby I'm not a fan of anymore.
Nope. I'm going to say Spears.
Yeah.
Because Spears is getting more snaps than Derrick Henry. Right?
I know. Weird. That Titans.
Something's
Tennessee
up with them.
Titans, man.
Something don't smell right with the Titans this year. Something's going on.
I don't get it.
Spears is getting more work. Now, he's not really doing anything with it.
No.
But it's okay. I think if Derrick Henry does get hurt, Spears is a doll.
No, because they already love him over there. So
They love him.
Why wouldn't they?
Clyde is the number 2, maybe number 3 running back. I don't like it. Dylan has looked like trash. Now Jones is back.
Yeah, no, that's gone. That dream
okay.
is gone.
Bigsby, I know he has the potential. However, I'll say it, and this is the thing that I've said every time I hear Tank Bigsby's name. If his first name wasn't Tank, we wouldn't be considering this.
True.
If his name is James Bigsby.
Who?
John Big. No.
Who? Tank? Oh, that sounds like a star
Tank
running back.
He's talented, I know, but not talented enough to take over
that's
that
Travis's
backfield.
running back room. Don't even.
Yeah. Okay, Richardson or Love?
Still go with Love.
Still would go Love. Richardson's going to be good, but he's coming back from an injury. I'd roll out Love. Start 3. 1 wide receiver, 1
running back
slot, and a flex. Aaron Jones, Kyron Williams, Romeo Doubs, Marquise Brown, Christian Kirk, and Zay Jones. I'll let you take this one. Let me hear what you think.
I'll go running back. Is Aaron Jones, as a Packers fan, because is he more healthy now? Like healthy, or no?
All of the things that people are saying is that he's going to play.
Okay.
And if you're a Packer and you are in a game, you're healthy.
Yeah, I'll take that. Then I'll go Jones for your running back. Mm-hmm. Your wide receiver, man, I don't really know. Yeah, I'll go Marquise Brown.
Okay.
Because I'm not huge on Kirk, and Flowers is just. I love Zay Flowers. Don't get me wrong, but
A little hit and miss.
It's definitely hit or miss. And then Kyron Williams as a flex.
Yep.
I love starting running backs and flex. Because,
Personally, for me, I'm rolling out Aaron Jones, and then I'm going to do Christian Kirk and
with
Kyron
that.
Williams in the flex.
Yeah.
I think Kirk, honestly, with Kirk, Flowers, and Marquise Brown, they're probably going to be about the same.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to make the wrong decision.
Yeah,
but
I would play matchups this week. Kirk, I think, has a better matchup than it looks like because I think the Falcons are going to focus on Ridley more.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They lock in, which leaves Kirk a little bit more room to breathe, hopefully. Marquise Brown has been consistently good-ish. Not great, good. Zay Flowers has been good, also not great. But I don't think you can go wrong too bad with any of those guys.
No.
Should I start Love to be safe? Because I don't know if Richardson's going to start. Yeah. I think just to be safe, even if Richardson's starting this week, coming off of a concussion and not a great matchup, I think I'd be okay sitting him this week.
Yeah.
Love should be good enough to not, ruin a week for you. We'll see. But I'd be okay with that. Let's get back to this, though. Finally, betting stuff. We don't really offer betting advice. I say this every week. This isn't betting advice. This is, hey, if you are a bettor, and you're thinking about looking into some games, these games are the ones that have potential to be big games.
Yeah.
That's it. Chargers and Raiders, really bad defenses going against each other with decent offenses. I think anybody on those offenses could have a good game. I'm taking the over on a lot of those players.
Yeah.
Buffalo versus Miami. Miami puts up 70 points. Buffalo has a decent offense. They have good defenses, but I still think they're going to have, I think this is going to be a 50-plus point game.
This is the NFL. Offense always wins.
Yeah.
I don't care. Defense wins you championships. That's college.
Yeah.
NFL offense wins you.
Offense wins. I'm taking the over on those. This one, nobody needs to tell you about this. Denver versus Chicago, 2 of the worst teams in the league, probably the 2 worst teams in the league right now.
Yeah, I don't even know the under. Take it.
Yeah.
Take it. I don't even know what the line is. Don't.
I'm happy with that.
Stay away from that game, man.
Yuck.
Don't even watch. Don't.
Yuck, man.
It's a bad representation of the NFL.
Real bad. So that's week 4. I don't think we have anything else. Yeah, that's week 4. That's all the matchups. I'm going to stick around a little bit and just answer some of the final questions if we get any in the chat here about your last-minute starts either tonight or to go through this week because we're not going to go live again this week. But if you guys have anything, drop it in there. I'll be hanging around. Let's see. With 1 at running back at flex, this is King Jukes again. With 1 at running back, 1 at flex, who y'all using out of Stevenson, Connor, Mostert, or White? What do you think?
Well, 1 at running back, 1 at flex. So need 2 of them, right?
Yep.
Stevenson. I'm torn between Connor and Mostert. It feels weird not to start Mostert after what he just did. So I'm going to go with Mostert.
Okay.
And Stevenson.
So White is playing the Saints, and the Saints have a really good defense. I think he's out of the question. Stevenson against Dallas is not a good matchup either.
No.
And he hasn't looked great, but it is Stevenson. However, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say James Conner and Raheem Mostert.
All right, I like that.
I don't like Mostert too much this week because the Bills are good.
Yeah.
But I like James Conner, and Mostert just had a crazy game, so I think you have to give it a shot.
Yeah. I like Mike Daniels.
Yeah.
I think anyone on that team could do really well. Not just because of him, but I think he has the perfect scheme for that team.
Yeah.
And it works well. So
it is a tough pick.
But that's a tough.
That's real tough. But also, it's tough in a sense of you don't really know who to start, but it's not tough in a sense that you can kind of get away with starting majority of those guys, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, no bad decisions.
Okay, we got Learjet PDK says, would you consider starting D-Mont over H-An? I'm thinking, yeah. I think. I'm not super happy about it because Montgomery's coming back from an injury. Could be a little funky. Packers have looked pretty good. We'll see. I think I'm still rolling him out. I think H-An's a trap this week. We'll see, though. Okay, let's see. What we got? Traded Kyron Williams, Jahan Dotson for Chris Godwin and DJ Moore. Did I win this?
You traded
full PPR
and Jahan for Godwin.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry, Zay.
I know Kyron Williams had a slow week, but I still think he's getting so much work.
No,
I like Kyron Williams.
I'm going to let him go.
Jahan Dotson has been really bad. The Jahan Dotson to Chris Godwin is a good upgrade.
Yeah, that's great.
However,
losing
then
Williams,
you compare DJ Moore to Kyron Williams.
That's tough. That's really tough.
That's real tough. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't think it'll hurt you that bad, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
No. So we got Karina. Will Gibbs have a breakout game tonight? Maybe.
If he's going to do it, it's going to be against the Packers.
Yeah, it's going to be. Sorry.
No, it hurts me to say that. But every time we watch a shifty running back who catches footballs, it gashes the Packers.
Yeah.
I mean, Bijan Robinson, I know Gibbs isn't Bijan Robinson. He's still really good.
Yeah.
There was some, earlier this year, there was some time when it was like Bijan, Gibbs, I don't know. Obviously, Bijan's better. But I think Gibbs is good enough to where he's startable. I don't think he has a breakout game.
Well, that's Gibbs' forte, and I ain't talking Matt Forte.
Boom.
But that's his, swing passes, screens, quick little burst of energy. Yeah, I think he could do it tonight.
He could. I don't think he will, but he could.
He could. And eventually he will, though. I'm putting out. Eventually he will because he is so talented.
Yeah.
And
the Lions would be stupid to not run him more.
Yeah, and the Lions took him in the first round for a reason. So they're going to work him a bunch. So
that being said, I have been saying this since the beginning of the year. David Montgomery will be the main back until week 10, 11, 12.
Yes.
When they start to realize that Gibbs is that much better. Or maybe even they're just trying to work him into the system. I think David Montgomery is still, going to be the lead back for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he has a breakout game, no. Okay, rather have Aaron Jones or Ramondre Stevenson in PPR. Would you start them this week?
Why start?
I know I'm a Packers fan, but Aaron Jones looked so good week 1. And
it's incredible.
So many passes. I love him this week in PPR especially. Ramondre could be good, and he has the potential to be really good. They're playing Dallas, though, which is tough.
Good defense.
Real good defense, and I think they're going to be playing from behind. I think they're probably projected about the same.
Yeah. I go Aaron Jones.
Just for upside.
Safer.
Just for upside.
Yeah. And he's just a good
Respect
player.
the opinion, fellas. I was just thinking the Bears will have to utilize DJ Moore to his full ability. You're so right.
Yes.
They sure will.
They have to.
Will they?
Yeah. They have to, but will they?
I don't think they will.
No.
They have to. And they have to realize that Fields isn't going to do it, and they have to change that up. They're not going to, though.
No.
It's the Bears. They are stuck in the mud, man.
No.
Do I play Brian Robinson? Oh, B. Robinson? Brian Robinson or Bijan Robinson?
I'm going to go.
It has to be Brian Robinson.
If Bijan, don't even think.
Yeah. If
Don't
it's
even
Brian Robinson, then or Rashad White. I like Rashad White.
I like him too. I don't. He's a buck, so. But I like him too. I've been trying to trade for him in one of my leagues, but the guy won't budge, and for a reason.
Yeah, he gets a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
A lot of work. I like Rashad White in that scenario.
Rashad White. If it's Brian Robinson that you're talking about.
Who are they playing again?
Who are the Bucks?
The Rams? No. Who are the? They're playing the Eagles. Yeah, Rashad White.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Brian Robinson against the Eagles is not a smash for me. Also, I'm overpaying by sending Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, James Conner for Chase and
Travis Etienne.
You are overpaying.
Oh, yeah.
Not by a whole lot because of Jamar Chase. I don't hate this trade.
No.
CeeDee Lamb hurts.
Yeah,
Losing CD hurts. I think if this was Amari Cooper, somebody else, and James Conner for Chase and Travis, that'd be okay. I think you are overpaying a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But if you really believe in the Bengals, and Jamar Chase certainly could be great, then yeah. But you are selling CeeDee Lamb at a really bad point. Right
Yeah,
now.
no. But you have Jamar Chase if you get him.
Yeah.
That's always a win. Always a win.
Loving this alpha, best TA in all fantasy. You're dang right, man. Coin operator, he's in our fantasy league.
Oh, really?
You're dang right. We're killing it. I think personally, I'm a little biased,
so as well.
but we're putting in a lot of work, man. We're putting in a lot of work. We're live twice a week, talking about trades, talking about waivers, talking about starts and sits, talking about betting. I mean, we're going crazy with it. We're putting out shorts all the time. I think if you are one of these early people in here and you can stick in our league for a while, the fantasy league, you could be looking at some fun times ahead.
Oh, yeah.
JK Alex says, I heard Aaron Jones might be on a snap count, though, debating on sitting him. So I see what people are saying about him being on a snap count. That being said, the Packers are very unique with how they work with their players. They will not start somebody if they're not going to be 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
They just don't. And that has been a thorn in my side for a really long time. The Packers did that with Devontae all the time. It was like, oh, Devontae can play. It was like, he'll be at 99%. And the Packers were like, all right, we'll hold him out again. We'll hold him out another week.
Yeah.
They did that with Aaron Jones last week. I thought Aaron Jones was supposed to play last week.
Yeah, I forgot to take him out.
I was sitting in Falcons Stadium. Actually, no. Second week, he wasn't going to play. Week 3, he was on the field running sprints and like wearing his gear and stuff. And then it was like, oh, he's sad. It's like, oh.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense because I thought he was going to go, and I checked my fantasy score, and he's got a big donut next to his name, and I was like, what? What happened?
Yeah, it's tough. I think if they're playing him tonight, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
he's Aaron Jones. Okay, so start him up over Miles Sanders. Then.
Ooh.
Woo, that's tough.
That's
man.
a very tough. I like the Aaron Jones upside personally.
This is the same guy that's got Ramondre Stevenson. So you have Stevenson, Aaron Jones, and Miles Sanders then.
Way to go.
Yeah, great draft for you.
Way
man.
to go. I don't want to say start Miles Sanders because he's a Panther.
I know.
But
my body is telling me start Miles Sanders.
I know.
And my brain is telling me sit him.
Yeah.
I think I'm rolling out Aaron Jones and Miles Sanders over Stevenson.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't like that at all. I'm so sorry that you have to make that decision. Well, the guy is trading me Stevenson for my Jones.
Huh. Okay.
That's so tough.
Yeah,
man. I'm really my brain is racking right now trying to figure out what the play is
JK
here.
Alex, I want to see your team so bad. I want to see your thought process.
I know. I think I'm sitting with the team right now. I don't think I'd trade Aaron Jones away just yet.
No.
Okay, my running backs are, as of now, Eckler and Etienne. Oh, so we're talking about a flex guy right now?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Aaron Jones in the flex.
Yeah, easy.
Or maybe if you're in a 3 running back league, then Aaron Jones and Miles Sanders.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't think you can get hurt either.
Yeah, no.
With any of them.
Yeah, it doesn't pain anything.
I like that team.
Not bad.
But I think it's going to do it for us. It's almost 5 o'clock. Yeah, flex. Okay, good. It's almost 5 o'clock. We're going to wrap it up.
Absolutely.
Week 4 is going to be fun. Not a ton of really great matchups, but a couple of fun ones to watch out for, specifically the Chargers. Bad ones being Broncos and Bears. Yuck. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. This has been Eli. Hopefully he comes back more. We'd love to have you on the show as much as we can.
Love it, man. Love it.
Nick is taking a little break right now. He's been real busy recently, but he'll be back for all you Nick lovers. We'll be live again on Tuesday. So we'll talk about post week 4 trade targets and waiver wire stuff. That should be a lot of fun. And we'll see you guys then. This has been Fantasy Blitz. No BS.
Just Blitz. Come on.
All right.